The rodeo world has seen its share of legends, but very few have made as lasting an impact as J.B. Mooney. For fans of bull riding, just hearing his name brings to mind incredible moments of athleticism, grit, and determination. J.B. Mooney isn't just another bull rider. He's the bull rider, known for taking on some of the toughest, most feared bulls in the world. His career is filled with astonishing feats and remarkable resilience. But what exactly made J.B. Mooney stand out from the crowd? How did this small-town kid from North Carolina rise to the top of the professional bull riders PBR world and become one of the best in the history of the sport? Today, we're diving into the story of J.B. Mooney, examining what made him so good and why he's regarded as one of the greatest bull riders of all time. Born and raised in the heart of North Carolina, J.B. Mooney showed signs of greatness at an incredibly young age. From the moment he could walk, it was clear that this kid had a natural talent for riding. At just 3 years old, he was already riding sheep, an entry-level rodeo event that many young riders start with. But even at that age, Mooney showed an unusual level of confidence and skill. By the time he was 12, he made the jump from sheep riding to bull riding. Now, transitioning to riding a bull is no small feat, but for JB, it seemed like a natural progression. Growing up on his family's ranch, he was already accustomed to being around livestock, learning the skills that would eventually make him one of the best in the sport. His early years were marked by intense dedication to perfecting his balance, agility, and fearlessness, traits that would define his entire career. His journey to becoming a professional bull rider wasn't an overnight success, but the foundation was laid early. From his childhood, he was enthralled by the thrill of the rodeo, especially the adrenaline rush that comes with riding bucking bulls. While other kids might have been interested in other sports, JB knew that the rodeo was his true calling. He was determined to make a name for himself in the sport, and he wasn't going to let anything stand in his way. In 2006, at the age of 18, J.B. Mooney took his first steps into the professional bull riding world, making his debut on the PBR, Professional Bull Riders Circuit. It didn't take long for him to make an impression. In fact, during just his third event, J.B. won his very first PBR competition. For someone so young, this was an incredible achievement, and it signaled to the rest of the bull riding community that J.B. was a force to be reckoned with. From there, his career trajectory only went up. Mooney quickly earned a reputation for being both incredibly skilled and remarkably fearless. His raw talent and determination set him apart from the rest of the field, and fans and fellow riders alike were drawn to his ability to handle even the toughest bulls. With every ride, he seemed to push the limits of what was thought possible, riding bulls that many other riders wouldn't even attempt. But as impressive as his early success was, it wasn't until a few years later that the world truly began to take notice. By 2009, J.B. Mooney's star had truly started to rise. That year marked a turning point in his career, with his first major victory in a PBR event. This win was the beginning of a journey that would see him rise through the ranks and earn comparisons to some of the greatest legends in the sport, including the likes of Shivers and 2008 world champion Guilherme Marchi. But for JB, this wasn't just about winning, it was about proving that he could consistently compete at the highest level. Mooney's rise to prominence wasn't just about a few lucky wins. He was consistently placing among the world's best bull riders, and by 2012, he had become a household name in the rodeo world. That year, he had one of the most memorable rides of his career, a spectacular performance on Asteroid, a bull considered one of the most challenging and dominant in the PBR at the time. This ride alone solidified J.B. Mooney's reputation as one of the best bull riders in the world. But it wasn't just one ride that made J.B. Mooney legendary. It was his consistency and ability to perform at the highest level under pressure. Over the years, Mooney accumulated numerous wins and accolades, including to PBR World Championship titles. He first won the title in 2013, following an incredible comeback season. After struggling in the earlier part of the year, he went on an epic run, winning 6 events in the second half of the season. This included 5 consecutive victories in the final 9 regular season events. In 2017, Mooney added a second world championship to his resume, further cementing his place as one of the greatest bull riders in history. But his success wasn't just about championships. In 2014, JB set a PBR record with 16 consecutive rides, a feat that demonstrated both his physical skill and mental toughness. He also became the 3rd bull rider in PBR history to complete 500 top series rides in 2018, a remarkable achievement that spoke to his longevity in the sport. His career earnings surpassed $7.6 million, making him the highest-earning bull rider of all time. These records and accomplishments were proof that JB Mooney wasn't just a good bull rider. He was, in fact, the best to ever do it. But even the greatest of athletes face setbacks, and JB Mooney was no exception. In 2020, after missing most of the season due to a serious shoulder injury, Mooney made one of the most remarkable comebacks in bull riding history. Despite his injury, he returned to the competition in the final stretch of the season, winning for consecutive rounds. His determination was so fierce that he moved from 98th place to 29th in the standings, ultimately earning a spot in his 10th World Finals appearance. Mooney's resilience and refusal to give up, even after a career-threatening injury, was a testament to his legendary status in the sport. He wasn't just competing to win, he was competing to prove something, not just to his fans, but to himself. JB Mooney's final PBR World Finals came in 2020, and he wasn't going out quietly. Despite battling injury, he recorded his final 90-point ride in Tulsa, Oklahoma, marking a fitting end to a legendary career. This ride, a 90.5-point performance on concealed carry, not only sealed his place in the history books, but also broke his tie for second place with fellow champion Justin McBride. But after more than 1,000 bulls ridden and millions earned, JB Mooney's career came to a close due to the toll injuries had taken on his body. His neck injury, sustained in a brutal crash in 2017, required surgery, and he eventually announced his retirement. But even as he retired from the sport, his legacy remained intact, and his influence on the bull riding community was undeniable. So what made JB Mooney so good? It wasn't just his physical abilities, though those were certainly a huge part of his success. JB had an innate understanding of the bulls he rode, a deep connection to the sport, and an unshakable mental toughness that helped him push through pain, fear, and setbacks. He was known for his incredible balance, his calm under pressure, and his ability to adapt to even the wildest of rides. But perhaps most importantly, JB Mooney understood the mental side of bull riding better than anyone. He had an unwavering belief in his own abilities, and that confidence allowed him to take on bulls that others wouldn't even attempt. This mindset helped him make history over and over again. His famous 8-second rides, the elusive mark that every bull rider strives for, became legendary. For JB Mooney, those 8 seconds weren't just a goal, they were a challenge he embraced with every ride. He made the impossible look easy, and that's what made him stand out. JB Mooney's impact on the sport of bull riding goes far beyond the records he set or the titles he won. He inspired a generation of riders who looked up to his toughness, his determination, and his love for the sport. His legacy isn't just about the rides he completed, it's about the people he inspired along the way. He showed the world that anything is possible if you have the courage and the work ethic to make it happen. JB Mooney wasn't just a bull rider, he was a symbol of resilience, of pushing through adversity, and of never backing down, no matter how tough the challenge. So, how good was JB Mooney? He was nothing short of legendary. From his early years on the ranch to his record-breaking rides in the PBR, JB proved time and again that he had what it took to be the best. His story is one of grit, determination, and pure love for the sport of bull riding. He'll always be remembered as one of the greatest bull riders to ever live. What do you think about JB Mooney's career? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And of course, ring the bell icon to stay updated on all things rodeo. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.